assuming I'm streaming now then. Publish now. Publish now. Or am I supposed to publish it after? I'm offline, am I? It says I'm streaming. Oh, I've got to press. I've got to start streaming apparently. Oh, I'm confused. It says stream now. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. Is it working? Oh, okay. I'm just doing nothing on here. Don't see your broadcast. Click start broadcast in YouTube stream window. This is YouTube stream window, and apparently I'm streaming. I don't know if this is working. I have no idea. Well, I suppose I'm streaming on YouTube. I suppose I could always post it on Patreon shortly or after I've done it, maybe. I don't know. Or perhaps I've got to press play. Anyway, let's crack on and assume that I am live now. Right, hello everyone. Welcome to my first Patreon video post, if you like, as a live stream. I don't know if it's working or not. I can't quite figure it out yet. But still, we are recording on YouTube, so it is working, yeah? Oh, thank you very much, love. Right, okay. Anyway, right, welcome. A few things to speak about. Firstly, apologise for my late streaming. As you can probably tell, I have had a few issues setting this up. I haven't scripted anything, or it's not something that I do. I just kind of just do it. First problem I had was my website was my domain name subscription had run out last night, and I didn't realise until this morning. So one of the things I was going to do was go on my website and show you what the website's looking like behind the scenes, and I couldn't actually get it to come up on the Google search. So it's all paid for. I've just got to wait for the web service that I use to update it. I can go into the settings, but it's on the other computer I'm using, and it hasn't saved any of my username and save stuff on this PC that I'm using, because it's actually my son's, because he's got a better memory than my computer, so it streams better, whereas I can't stream on the other one. The other thing was Game Maker decided to do an update, and as it was doing an update, it got stuck in a loop, so that delayed me as well. But I can go into Game Maker now, and I can show you what I've been doing and what I've been tinkering and where I'm looking to go with this. And yeah, but first what we'll do, we'll just talk about the Open Game Jam that I did last month. There was some talk on the forum about doing a game jam, and there was another user that was going to do it, but it never seemed to appear, and the person that was going to do it was doing his masters, so I suppose I took the baton on that really and had a go. I've watched game jams, watched loads of them, and I've always wanted to have a go, but I never felt really good enough to participate. But I thought I'd use this opportunity to not only have a go at a game jam, but actually host one as well. So I get to see what it's like on both sides of the fences, as it were. And it was really good. It was really successful in my eyes. I mean, you can see there were 17 entries. The ratings were a little bit disappointing. Not everybody, I don't think, rated the games when they're submitted, but never mind. It was the first one, and I think it went really well. The response has been good, and it's definitely something I'm going to do again. I'm not sure how I'm going to hold it. You know, I'm not going to be doing it like every week or every month or something like that, because obviously I've got my own stuff to be getting on with. But it's nice to do something like this for the communities and stuff, and the games that are on it, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Great use of the assets and that from Open Game Art, and I hope the next one is much better. Right, we're on the jam page here. I'll just show you the results. Hope this doesn't slow the stream down. Arrows of Love, excellent, came first. Witchy Business was second, and Onion Man was third. And my entry came surprisingly sixth, which I was really pleased about that. Really pleased. I mean, considering it didn't quite go as well as I'd hoped, but I got a lot done, but just not all that I wanted to get done. I'll just talk you through it quickly. When I did Never a Dull Day, the very first time the jam actually started, the game Never a Dull Day never actually existed. I started tinkering around with a few assets and stuff, and just made something basic and simple. But me being me, I have to overcomplicate things and try and go bigger. One of my favourite game genres is point and click games like Monkey Island, Broken Sword and all that. I very much like to try and make a game like that. So this was a good opportunity for me just to have a go and see what I could do, and just basically see how it went. It went really well. I got the story and I got the assets, and that it all come together. I mean, I was going to do so much. This project just got bigger and bigger and bigger. I've got a few of the characters in the game. I've got some text out, which is really good. Granted, you can't quite see. There are, as much as there are big mistakes in it, there are some little minor ones in there as well. But they all add to a playing experience. But at least I got this to a point where it was playable, and you could kind of get an idea of seeing what I was trying to do with this game. It became a very big project very quickly, and I had to shorten it down in a very short space of time. So a lot of the stuff that I had written for it didn't actually make it into the game. I mean, I'll skip this bit. I'm sure you guys have probably had a tinker on it before I had a go. One of the things which I thought was fun when it comes to coming up with characters, because I actually had about 10 or 12 characters, and I'm going to interact with all of them, and they're all going to give you some sort of item or just something to help you get something else that you needed to progress in the story. I had to cut it short and end up being like a game with loads of mini games in it, which is exactly what I want. The inventory was, you'll probably recognise the inventory from the website that I used to have, which wasn't very good because I didn't code it very well. But I decided to resurrect it in this to see if I could get it working better. And I did get it working better, but it still has its issues. Here we go, this is what we do. So one of the fun things I wanted to do when I was trying to build the characters in the game was, I thought it was a good opportunity to bring a couple of the Patreon guys in. It's nice just to include everybody in it, and try and include somehow, somewhere, not just in the credits and the videos. And you guys' support is massive to me. And I just thought it'd be cool, you guys would star and have little cameo roles in the game. Basically, the story is you're on holiday, you've been at the beach all day. Little girl here has got her favourite toy, which is the mascot for Open Game Art, which I thought was a good idea. The jam was about Open Game Art. Basically, we've lost the dial, so we've got to find her a new one. We can't go back to the beach because the tides come in, and it just happens to be a toy in the fairground here. These are all the toys here that you can collect at the price. Now, I originally had 20, but obviously I never got 20, I only got 10. There was one character there. I've got a few bits and pieces in it. I've managed to get the horse game working. I've got a couple of interactable characters in there as well. The arcades, now this is where the actual game started. It actually started with Rat Labyrinth to begin with. This is what I first started off before it became Never a Dull Day, and I got the idea to have little mini games in the big game. I was just going to have a load of arcades using other people's assets and just make little games out of them. And my brain went off on one, and I ended up making just an arcade stand, and then it wanted to be a pier, and then obviously the point and click came about, and that's pretty much how it went. And it's, as I said, it just spiraled out of control a little bit. It went bigger and bigger and bigger, and then as time ran out, there's so much I didn't get to do, the animations and all and stuff like that. The other characters, and it is a shame, but it was really great fun to put this together, and it's certainly given me a foundation to work on. Whether I carry on with this and perhaps make it into a proper full game or not, I don't know. It would be cool. It has given me some ideas for the website at least, and it gives me something else to work on. So one thing that I always thought about game jams were they were usually for people that were a bit more experienced and can put out something out there. They can. I think the idea is that you just finish the game, but I never got to finish this. But I've come to the understanding that game jams are not really about so much getting in there and making a full go. There are the other bigger jams like London Jam, GM48, but there's also lots of other little ones which all help because they give you the ideas to inspire and be creative. That's why the jams are really appealing, and they're certainly also more appealing to me now after this, and I've now had a bit of insight into this is probably the better way forward for me in terms of where I used to write games because I was using a function, or I wanted to use a function, so I'd work a game around the function, so to speak, but it used to take me a long time to do it, and months would pass, and I wasn't really getting there any faster, whereas game jams, because you have got that time limitation, it does kind of give you a kick up the backside, so just get on with it and make a game, but try not to overdo it then, which is what I keep doing. So that's something I'm trying to learn not to do. Keep it very basic, just so I can learn a bit more and go at a better pace. But yeah, the game feels sick, so I was really pleased with that. Okay, right, let's move on now. I don't want to keep you here a long time. Let's go to Game Maker now. Making the assets in Game Maker 1.4. I have just got the Windows versions of Game Maker Studio 2, which is what I've been working on over the summer, trying to learn what it's about. And the one thing I've been learning to use the image editor, which played quite nicely, because one of the things I wanted to do with the assets of mine was to try and make my work a little bit more universal, more multi-purpose, so it could be used in more than a number of ways. You'll know over the last couple of months I've released the isometric versions and the orthometric versions. There is another version I'm working on as well, which is pseudo, and the idea of these assets are to make games that are multiple viewed, as it were. There are a lot of 2D games that I see a lot of, and generally a lot of them tend to be orthometric RPGs, and obviously the platformer 2Ds. Now I do wonder, is that because the developers out there are maybe thinking, well, I'm going to make a platformer because they're probably the biggest sellers and so are the RPGs, but I think it'd be nice to have some artwork out there where it gives people the idea where they can make games like, I don't know, in a view, like, I don't know, like a Street Fighter game where it's on like a 2D plane but it's 3D. It's all about the views. and then you've got the 2.5 viewed games, which are like 3D spec in view and perspective, but they only play on a 2D plane. I'm hoping that with the assets that I'm creating at the moment, they'll see my work and go, oh, I like that, but it's only in a 2D platform. But I want to make an orthometric game. I'd like that particular artwork, but I wish it was in an orthometric. And you know, these are the little things where people think, oh, either they won't use your sprite because, well, it's not available in the view that they would like it. So I see that as it's possible that it may be better to just give these developers, and myself, I mean obviously I'm doing it myself, so it'd be really nice to have the choice or an option that where you can make any particular game that you're thinking of making, and the sprites and the assets are there for you to go on and create them. Also, I make the tile sets now, like a lot of people do, and I like tile sets. They're really handy, they're really good things, and they make things work quickly. But I tend to find a lot of the tile sets themselves are obviously they are the same. So although you can create multiple levels, they tend to be of the same artwork. So after a little, so if you wanted to make a game that was, I don't know, let's take Sonic the Hedgehog for as an example. I think there were 6 zones: Spring Hill, Green Hill, and they were all, though they were based on and around the same tile set on certain levels, Marble Zone for example, and Green Hill, different platforms, but generally the grass type was the same. And I think being able to create different environments and different settings in your levels would be good, because it gives you you can take your characters to these other zones, which in your game design, which is why I'm hoping that I can make those available too, which is why I'm changing the way I do my game assets. You may have read it on my website, but you might not if it's not working at the moment until they update the site. I'm waffling on it, I'm really sorry. Let's just, I'm breaking down the original tile sets that I did. Also I've got the tile sets, we've got the 2D tile set, and we've got the orthometric tile set, and we've got the what is it? I can't think what it's called now. Isometric. Oh, I see. Sorry, isometric, orthometric, and the 2D one, which give you 3 views of how you could play your game. But I'm also working on another one as well, which I don't quite know what it's called, but the best thing I can find that is close to it is what they call pseudo, which is or a 2 point, which comes close to that 2.5 3D plane that I was just speaking about. Now what I'm trying to do when I speak about I'm trying to make universal sprites and assets, that you can use my assets to not just make the levels and games that I've made as a tile set. I mean, you can do that and I can still do that, but what I want people to do is say, I like that, but I'd like this, and I'd change that, or I'd want to do that. So I'm trying to make it so you could use any particular sprite with any other particular sprite, a bit like, back again to like a universal or multi-purpose sprite or tile set, or indeed make your own tile set. I hope I'm explaining myself right. I don't think it's difficult to explain. I think I'm just a bit nervous, I think, or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, let me see if I can explain to you what I've done here. Now I'm working on Game Maker Studio 2, this has given me the opportunity to do just that, because I've now spent the time and broken down the previous sets that I'd done, the isometric and the orthometric and the 2Ds. I'm working on the 2Ds right now, and because I can now work in layers, I can now do exactly what I said I would like to do, and create assets that you can manipulate to have them set up how you want them set up. So if I can bring the grass tile set in for a second, or part of it, which will be this one, and then I'm going to bring in another one when I find it, if I can find it, which is I think it's the where is it? no, come on. See, I should be more organised. Perhaps I should. I've got myself organised a bit better than this, so sorry, just bear with me a second. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Right, okay. Right, so here's the grass tiles here, and these are the platform tiles here. So you will probably recognise these ones. Put together. Look it. Right. So these are the orthometric ones here. These are the 2D ones here, and these are the pseudo ones that I'm working on, and the isometric ones. But you can see I'm only a bit way through that yet. I'm not sure. What can I do there? I had. Yeah. Right, what I'm going to do is see if I can boot it up in a room for you, quickly show you, because now I've made these tile sets, as it were. Tone stick. This is the new one that I've just released, but I haven't put it up on Patreon yet. Here are the Patreon versions here, and hopefully you can see what I've done here. This might be better. You see the grass tops here are separated. Okay. So the idea is you can use this grass piece with any of these. So in this, what's it gone now? So I've put together the tile set here using the stone walls. You ain't going to be able to see it now, but basically here it is. Obviously I'm still setting things up and everything's all a little bit of a mess at the minute. So these are the platforms separated on their own. So you've got the stone ones here together with these green tiles here, and put together in the tile set that I've just released, which is this one here. So you can see how they move together. Put together. And again, you can then at some point change these platforms here to one of the other colours, like the lightest earth, and you could change it to maybe something else, although it doesn't appear to be on there now. On the platform tiles, where I find it? Oh right, hold on a minute, here we go. Right, let's start here. The terrain tops, okay, are the grass versions here. Here we go, and I've been editing and mixing that. I haven't had a chance to put them all together yet. So we've got the grass tiles here. We have then got some gravel tiles, so we've changed the colours, but now it looks like gravel. Okay, again we've got the snow versions, we've got dead grass, live grass, we've got like no grass at all, so it's just dry, and we've got what I like to call ash, which is a blackened version for things like, see, all these types of things, grass, dry earth, they can all change the perspective of the game and change the environment that your game is in quite easily. And we've also got muddy here. Now you mix these up with, and when you choose to have this one, you will then be able to have them in the same variety in the platforms. That's the Game Boy version I've been working on. But like I say, we've got the ice version here. Well, I'm not quite sure about them colours yet. There's a bit of an eye burn going on. We've got the dry earth version here. We've got the muddy earth. So I have been working on them there, but I'm still tinkering about and making a few adjustments. So you had the muddy earth, and then you can use that with the muddy earth if you wanted to create some sort of desert or quarry scene. The dry earth to create a scene that has droughts. The ash for maybe volcanic environment. Again, snow, use the snow one with the ice platforms. yeah, they all come. They all come together, and the best way I can show you how they come together like that is obviously with this stone pack here. Again, this is like the Game Boy version I'm working on. Not that one. There we go. And what I've done is, when I talk about I've separated, I mean I've separated pretty much everything. You've got the terrain tops, the platforms. I'm also going to separate the ladders and the fences and the trees, and they're all going to come under sprites, and they're all going to come under different things, which is one of the things I've been struggling with, because it's really hard to try and categorize these things. So I've come up with things like environments and sprites and animations and things like that. So, and you will eventually be able to go on my website and download these individually, so you can tailor and create your own tile set. I will still create the tile sets, and I'll also create the exclusive versions and create different versions and newer stuff for the patrons here. So I appreciate that, thank you guys. But now going forward, as I'm looking at it, is that not only will you be able to use my tile sets if you choose to, but now you'll be able to go to my website eventually once I do all this, that you'll be able to pick and choose, a bit like a pick and mix, if you like. You know, I'm going to use that bit with that bit, and then you can create multiple environments to suit your gaming needs, if you like. Not just can you be able to create your own environments that you want to create multiple level of games, but you will also have the views as well. You can be able to create the 2D version, the isometric version, and orthometric version, which all count for different genres of games. So my artwork and assets will now, hopefully, how I see it in my head right now, is that you'll be able to create these environments in any particular view you like, within reason I suppose, and hopefully it'll be a lot more universal, a lot more multi-purpose, a lot more usable. You can, maybe you won't like all the work, maybe you just want one particular bit of my work that you think will work best with what the work you've already got from another artist perhaps, which is great. You'll be able to do that. You'll be able to have all of it, or you can have a bit of it, or whatever you think you need. So that's what I've been working on during the summer holidays. Obviously the children at school, so I haven't been doing any coding. I've been using the time to navigate myself around Game Maker Studio 2's image editor, which is exceptionally good. I must admit, I'm not usually very good at these sort of things, but this has made it quite easy for me, and I'm pleased that it's able to let me do all this, and I really hope this works out. As I said, I'll still create the tile sets as well, so you can use whatever I create. Then you can see that I have done quite a bit. I've still got a lot of separation to it. As I said, this is only the 2D platform side of things. I haven't separated the isometric stuff yet. I haven't separated the orthometric stuff yet. But in terms of like these bits, I am hoping that I can put them all on one sprite sheet. So when you download these sprites, you will have the choice of, depending on what game view that you're working on. I really would have liked to show you the website really, but I'm just not going to be able to do that. I mean, what can I show you? No, I can't show you anything, because all the work that I'm doing is all on my other computer. Because like I said, I'm using this one because it's a better streaming device for me, because it's just got that bit more memory. I mean, I don't know how this is going to come across. I don't even know if you can hear me, but video quality isn't very good. You know, I'm not running any high-spec computers as such. I mean, I have done a live stream on Sonic on Time Twisted, which went pretty well. I'm quite pleased that it went. As I said, the picture quality isn't great. You know, it's not HD or nothing, but if you keep the screen to a reasonable minimal size, it's not too bad. You can read what I've said, and you can still see what I'm doing to an extent. But again, I'll update this stuff and improve it all as time goes by. That was really what I wanted to get across to you with these changes to the sprites, and it's like, well, I keep working on the same stuff, but these are primarily the templates, and this is where all the hard work starts, if you like. Getting the ideas in, putting it down on paper, and then working from it, because the more I can make with the asset, I want it not only to be universal, but I want to take advantage and see how many uses I can actually get out of it, and push it, so and create all these options and create all these ideas that people can just create their game ideas and just bring them to life, because the artwork's there. I mean, it's not really the best artwork in the world, but it may be enough to get something as a prototype going, or just to get your games underway at least without it looking too bad. But yeah, I'm really pleased it's going so far. It is a lot of work. I will start getting back onto coding with Monstropolis. It is still hanging in the back there. I am still trying to tinker with it, but at the moment this is it's been my priority over the summer, and I really would like to get this done, because I really think it's important that I try and get something to show you guys how this all works, how it all comes together. And I'm not in a position to do that now. I can only show you what I'm planning on doing, but I'm hoping next month I'll have a few of them together. I'll have my website back up and running, and I can show you how to use it, and hopefully you'll get the idea of where I'm going with this. In the meantime, I think I've waffled on far too long. I appreciate you watching this video. I thank you ever so much for your support and your generosity. It is massive to me. Any ideas, or you've got some input that you'd like to put in, or you want to request some assets and stuff, I'd love to be able to do that eventually and create stuff that you guys would like. In the meantime, I'm going to just run with the ideas that I've got and keep tinkering the way I do, and hopefully everybody's happy and it's a win-win for everybody. But I'll leave it there for now. Thanks very much, guys and girls. Take care of yourselves, and I will speak to you on next month with the next update. Hopefully there's some proper stuff to show you, maybe. Okay guys, thanks very much. Bye bye.